You ever have an issue with this sharp pain down your backside, your hip or whatever? Probably your sciatica. You're wondering, what's causing it? How do I get rid of it? Well, you come and see this young lady here, Dr. Sonia Spencer. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jim.
I have, over the years that we've been doing this show, I've learned so much from you about how the body works, how the different things are with the skeletal part of the body and the nerve part of the body. And the sciatica is something that a lot of people deal with, and they find it hard to get rid of. And again, the thing that we talk about, medications to try to hide it. That's not going to solve the problem. They need to come and see you.
That's right. The number one thing we treat in this office is the pain in the butt. I kid you not. Because the pain is so excruciating, people want to do something about it right away. And it really is the number one reason why people have surgery too, because it's such an intense pain. This is the largest nerve in your body, and once it gets going and irritated, it's really hard to stop, manage, and get under control. And there's so many different things that can cause this pain in the butt. You really have to, be a detective, a good doctor to uncover these things. A lot of times patients come in with an MRI and they have multiple things on their MRI, disc herniations, scar tissue, ligament problems, just you name it. There's so many different things. And one of the reasons why surgeries fail so much with these types of problems is, that you have to pick one. You have to pick one thing to do the surgery on. And there's so many things on there, and the wrong thing is picked, from the surgery.
And you're just wasting your money.
Yeah. Well, and then they go in for surgery number 2 and surgery number 3. And so, I kid you not, I have a patient right now, and that just brought their MRI in. They had a back surgery 10 years ago. And the statistics are that once you have one invasive back surgery where you have the joint immobilized, in 10 years from that time, you're going to need another one because of the compensations above and below that surgery. Well, right now, that's where this patient is, because bone spurs and different things have grown into this area above where the surgery is. So it's really important that when you start out of the gate with this, is not let your pain get in control of your decisions and think, well, when I have this surgery, it's going to be, exactly, what I need to solve my problem. Slow down, manage your pain, and think about what you need to do to fix your problem instead of just going for the surgery. That's the best advice I could give my mother, anybody, you, my best friend, because, I see a lot of failed surgeries. And, if there's one thing I could do to eliminate out of this practice is failed surgery. I always say chiropractic first, drugs second, and surgery only as a last resort. And unfortunately, it's flipped a lot.
Yeah, they really do. They think, somebody says, you need to have surgery for that. It's like, they don't even think about going to chiropractor. It's like, but once they do, it's like, why didn't I do this in the first place?
Why didn't I do it? So let's talk about some of those causes here, okay. Jim. So here's that big old nerve, that big old pain in the butt that you were talking about. You see how big it is.
It is.
And what happens is, some of the nerves come out of your lower back, and then they come together, and then they form that big nerve that's in your butt. That nerve goes all the way down and then separates into different branches that goes all the way down into your toes. And so... Is that what causes tingling in your toes sometimes? It can.
So it may not necessarily be, some people think, I've got neuropathy.
Yeah.
It may not be neuropathy.
So thanks for bringing that up, because sometimes people have been diagnosed with neuropathy, and pain that comes from the back that goes down is generally not neuropathy. But pain that comes from the toes that goes up generally is neuropathy. Now, of course, you need to have an examination, but that's my general observation in those types of problems. And of course, we have those unfortunate patients that have both, but we can still help those patients in most cases. But anyway, we have to determine, okay, where is the pressure on this nerve coming from? Is it coming from the lower back? Is it coming from pressure from a muscle coming into this nerve from their hips, or being rotated, pinched? So where is the pressure from the nerve coming from? And a lot of times the MRI is very helpful in that situation because there's multiple things, you know, there's a bone out of place, pressing a nerve, there's a disc herniation, and there's pelvic rotation. But the great thing about chiropractic is that we can take care of all those things without drugs, without surgery, without shots, and you know, treat them naturally.
Do you find more people that, let's say, that have desk jobs, office jobs, that are sitting all the time? Do you see more issues with them having sciatica problems?
Yes, I do. And I tell you why. Because sitting is the new smoking, you know, as far as being...
Wow, I have
you know,
never heard that.
Irritating to your back. And so many people just are sedentary and they just don't move. I mean, they're sitting for eight hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get people who have these problems up and moving and get used to moving again because they've gotten used to sitting, you know, quite a bit. So it's very frequent. People just bend over and, you know, I just bent over. All I did was bend over and try to tie my shoe, and now my leg is killing me. But it's what kind of led up to that is causing the problem. It's like the problem coming on. You know how one morning you wake up with a toothache and you think it just started, but when you get to the dentist, you find out you have an abscess. You know, it's kind of like that. The process is occurring, and all of a sudden you just feel it on that nerve. And
A lot of times you don't get that early warning.
Yes.
And it just, you know, it hits you all of a sudden, and it's been there for a while.
It's been there for a while. So we have to uncover the real reason for this, and this nerve is very slow to heal too. It's not just a one and done situation. It's a process to get it to heal, especially if disc herniations are involved. It's a process, not an event to get this healed up. But we can do a lot of things to heal disc herniations, leg pain, low back pain here without drugs, without surgery. And if you want to avoid surgery and you don't want shots in your back and you don't want medications and all that
just
stuff,
thinking about it.
this is the place to come. You know, this is not a place for you to come if you do want those things. But if you want to avoid those things, you know, I'm your woman.
You're my gal, huh?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Again, if you're having any kind of issues like that with sciatica, you know, as she's mentioned here, or pain in the butt.
Pain in the butt.
Pain in the butt. If you've got a pain in the butt and they're not walking on two legs somewhere else, you need to come see her, because really, instead of having to go under some medication or go under surgery, it definitely gives you a better way of, you know, getting yourself some relief. And in the long run, probably could save you a whole lot of money. Dr. Spencer is always a pleasure.
And a whole lot of pain.
Yes, a whole lot of pain.
A whole lot of pain.
So again, if you're having lower back problems like that, sciatica problems, give them a call, set up an appointment, and come in and see them here at Dr. Spencer's Spencer Chiropractic, Pass Road in Gulfport, right across from Pass Road Elementary.